Hey guys, what's up? This is Contract Bull and welcome to vlog number 47. I know it's been a little while since I made my last video being the mental illness part 1. This is going to be part 2. Now, it is 16th of the 8th, 2013. It's currently 3:05 in the morning. I have a massive headache and I feel quite shit. And I'm quite tired, so I probably will get this uploaded and go to bed. It should be a relatively raw video. I don't know if I'm on focus. I can't get myself into a decent focus. It's probably going to be as good as it gets. Now, in my last video I sort of talked about how you can help yourself with depression. Now, I have depression. I don't know how badly. I've never been to see anyone about it seriously. I went to a doctor once, but I didn't really know that much about it back then. Nowadays, however, I understand a lot more about myself and a lot more about what's wrong with me, basically. Now, I have been feeling quite low recently. I've been feeling very lonely, very low, very unhappy, very pessimistic. I've been extremely pessimistic. And I'm going to go ahead and say one of the most pessimistic things I'm ever going to say in my life. And it is a solid state fact about myself. But it is also part of what is wrong with me. And that fact is that I hate life. I hate the idea of how good life is when it's realistically it can be, but it's people, it's like you strive for an easy, nice life and you just try to keep everyone happy, but people betray you, people let you down, they hurt you, they use you, and then you've got, every life just isn't as simple as it could be. That's not something I like about life, and thus there is a part of me, it's this side of me, this bad part of me, which is, I am portraying to you, I'm not portraying, it's just there. I'm very much not in a good mood, I'm very much not in a good way, I'm very lonely in my life at the moment. And people always show their true colours in the end, don't they? But I just want an easy life, a stable life. At the end of the day, I'm a really soppy guy. I love hugs and cuddles and spooning and all that. I have the ideal of wanting to meet a girl, wanting to get married and have kids and all that shit. It's really soppy, but it's just, I love the idea of it. I'm a really soppy guy at the end of the day. And there's part of me which wants it badly, and then there's part of me which thinks, but when I'm in a bad place like this, knows I'll never really get something. Like, that's the way I think, that's the way I feel when I get like this. I feel very much that I'm not going to achieve anything, I'm not going to get anywhere, I'm not going to meet anyone who's going to want to love me or want to make me happy. And I think it sucks, because that's genuinely how I feel half the time. The other time, I'm just too busy blasting music into my ears or doing something like that to give a shit, because my head's preoccupied. But today, I had this massive headache. I haven't been able to listen to music. I haven't really been able to watch YouTube videos like I normally do. I just watch YouTube videos all day. But instead, I've been sat Oh shit. I don't know if that looks nicer. I'm gonna leave it at yes. I don't even care. This could be a 20-minute video. Um, but oh fuck it, I don't even care. I'm gonna just do this. Come on. That's a nice brightness. I like that. One sec. Let's just get this charger plugged in. Otherwise, this laptop's gonna die or something. Shit. Do you like that one? Yeah, we like that. So I become back to the topic. I become extremely pessimistic. Though I would argue that I'm being a realist in the sense that life isn't easy. Life definitely isn't easy. That's a fact. If your life's easy, you're probably rich, or extremely talented, and been lucky enough to have everything given to you, or been at the right place at the right time. Been very lucky. I am not one of those people. I am not a lucky person. I'm okay at musical instruments. Drums I love playing, guitar I love playing, bass I love playing. But I'm not I'm not a person who stands out. I'm good enough. I can play a decent tune, but I'm not good enough to like make my own music. And then my photography, I absolutely love doing. It is my true solitude. Now there's these videos. These videos I prefer the idea of having user feedback and stuff. You know, like making videos for you, and I probably will at some point when I get a video camera. I do want to do some acting and make some entertainment videos, but these I don't know how many parts, probably 3. I'm not sure. I mean, the first one of these videos, I mean, like these vlogs, they're quite serious. Yeah, they're a very serious topic in my opinion. So back to, I need to stop going off track. The guitar, the music, drums, bass. My photography I love. I absolutely love doing it, and I consider myself quite a good photographer. Given the fact that I'm self-taught and stuff like that, I consider myself to be relatively good. I'll leave a link to my photography page in the description. But that's one of those businesses where you do have to be lucky and know people to get into. I do know a few people, but this side of me always comes out and thinks, why should I bother? Why, and I know why I should bother, but then the pessimist in me comes out and it's like, fuck that, and I'm like, yeah, fuck that, I don't need to give a shit. And it's things like this that really upset me, because I guess in a sense, I'm quite intelligent. My mum would argue that I'm very intelligent, but I'm not going to, because I'm not in the mood right now. I am quite intelligent. And I know that. And before any of you start thinking me vain, this is not vanity. This is confidence, which is something I rarely ever show, and rarely ever have shown, because I always feel as though it's going to come off as vanity. So I always have to say, no, this is me being confident. I am quite smart. I'm a very, very quick learner. That's one of my best traits. And I'm very good at photography, and I do love doing it. I'm not too confident with new people, which doesn't help. But that's not the only kind of photography there is. But then there's also, it's just where the money is, and it's not a stable job. And to be honest, with my mental health problem, stability is the #1 factor. So recently, I have just been dumped from a 9-month relationship, which half of which I was doing nothing with my life, and I got myself all sorted. I got very close to her family and stuff like that. There's a lot of time and effort you put into a proper relationship like that, and she's left me for someone else. So enough said. But that's a huge change for me. I've got to keep myself busy now. I've got to, because relatively speaking, I consider myself. I have one best friend. That's Liam. See him in my other videos. And I have a relatively tiny amount of people I would consider friends. Whether they know this or not, I'm not sure. But when I call someone a friend or more, that means I would literally give my life to save you. Is that I care for you that much. I am a very loving person like that. I am very caring. And that's the problem, is that people like me get hurt too easily because we get used or thrown at the side. Because for whatever fucking reason, people suck, eh? Not everyone sucks. I'm not saying everyone does. It's just I'm not a lucky person. I run, I know how to fucking pick them, don't I? So, I am just not in a good way at the moment, and I'm probably not going to be in a good way for a while. So there may be another video like this, or another few videos like this, where I am in a completely shit mood, and I will just let loose, and I am letting loose right now. Oh well, I'm not letting completely loose. If I was let loose, I could seriously hurt some people, and I'm not one to do that. I've never been one to seek revenge. I think it's immature. But it's like, I have been hurt a lot by people, some of which I put all my trust into. People who I genuinely thought would never, ever betray me or leave me alone, like on my own, when they know I need them and stuff. And people have quite recently hurt me quite badly like that, betrayed me in that sense. Which is funny, seeing as I've been there for them, and I'm not naming names, but I have been there for people when they've needed me most. And it just goes to fucking show that people do fucking suck. Because when you need them, they're fine getting on with their life. That's what I don't get. Everyone is just having a good time, and I fucking envy them. It's not jealousy, because jealousy is when you're willing to take something away from them to get it yourself. Being envious is when you just want what they want, but you're happy. In a sense, I guess it means you're happy for them to be happy, and that's the way it is with me. Every person I've ever cared about, I am happy that they are happy with life. If they're happy with life, good. Have a happy fucking life. People deserve to be happy at the end of the day, despite what they've done. I don't give a shit. Each to their fucking own, right? And more people should have that kind of attitude. Each to their fucking own. Because the world would be a better place if, people were kinder, people were nicer and more trustworthy. But people aren't like that, because when people get like that, people like me, we get hurt, and then I consider myself one in a million, because most people end up turning hard. In an emotional sense, they become very disconnected with their inner self, their emotions, their soul. I, on the other hand, can't do that. I've tried. It doesn't fucking work. It's not me. I can't. I have tried being someone I'm not many times, and it all ends shittily with me feeling extremely uncomfortable with myself. So I end up looking like someone with a split personality. I literally go from one moment being one person and then being like fuck this, I can't do this. It's like, and most people don't understand me. Rare, very, very rare, is that I will find that anyone will understand me. My mum understands me, as far as problems and personality and love lives and stuff like that. She's amazing. She's the closest person I've got who understands me in that way. But she's got her own problems to get on with, and I'm not one to dwell. My problems are quite bad. I'll admit that. Like I said in my last video, that there isn't a day that goes by. Fuck off. That I don't feel shit. I actually feel really shit and lonely right now. Because, like I said earlier, I'm a really soppy guy, so being single does make me feel very lonely. I feel in a constant solitude because it's just, I'm one of those people who loves having that feeling of being wanted and being loved and cared for and being attracted to. That's a big thing, which is gonna make me sound really fucking soft. Now, I don't give a shit because I am fucking soft and emotional. I really fucking am. What do you want, Kim? So, what? Come here. Psst, psst. Aslan. Come on. You're not. Fuck you then. I fucking forgot what I was talking about. So here he comes. This is a tail. This is Aslan. He's fucking gorgeous and amazing, aren't you? Look. He is my friend. He's a good cat. He's very, he's such a lovely cat. Fucking really deep hair as well. And he's just walked all his wet paws all over my underwear. Thanks. Anyway, that cheered me up a little bit. It won't last long though. But yeah, I mean, I've just been feeling really, really shit, and I am one of those deep guys in the sense of I'm fucking down to earth, but at the same time I'm a really heavy thinker. I can't help that because that is just the way I am. And at the end of the day, if I ever do find someone, and I'm not getting my hopes up, they are gonna have to be someone who's really understanding. Because no one's perfect and everyone has their problems. So when I get bad, which is not too often when I'm with someone and we're doing alright, but when I get bad, I'm very difficult to deal with. That's why I tend to go to my little solitude and fucking go on through it on my own because I just don't want to bring anyone down with. Because at the end of the day, if I did, that would just make me feel worse, and that's not something that I want to happen. Because as I've said before, I've probably can't see, but I've self-harmed once. I've burnt my arm. And I was in a very bad place then. I was living with my dad, so that says enough. And I have had thoughts of suicide at one point in my life, which was really fucking horrible. I mean, really horrible. So, it's just. I mean, I'll tell you what happened. I'm not going to say where or anything. I was on a bridge over a river. It was winter, So no, it wasn't. It was summer. It was summer. So the waters were not too high and stuff. And I just remember sitting on the river end of this bridge, so hanging over with my feet, just looking down and just wanting to jump and just not exist, I guess. Because there is part of me which just does constantly want to die. There is a part of me which feels like nobody really loves me. Which, now that's, wait a second, that's too far, because there is that part of me which is there, but at the same time I don't let it grasp me, because if I did, I'd probably be fucking dead by my own hand. But the idea is always there. I mean, at the end of the day, life's no fun if you don't go mad. If you don't really open your eyes, you're never gonna see. But you know, life's not all fun and games, no matter how hard you try to make it. And the thing is, I'm 17 years old. I turn 18 next year, 17th February. Woo, right? Fuck off, am I gonna be one of those people our age who fucking goes out clubbing or drinking? I don't fucking drink. I don't smoke. I've never done drugs. I'm never gonna. I am not gonna change that part of me. Because I am not gonna be like everyone else. I am a one in a million. I know I am. But I'm sure there are a few people who are like me. We're just a very, very rare bunch. Because we do get hurt. Because we're too caring. Which is funny, I never thought that there is such a thing as being too caring. But people just don't understand how much they mean to you. And then they just go and get on with their lives like nothing's happened. And then you're stuck here, fucking wondering, with all these fucked up questions going through your head about yourself. You wonder why are you not good enough, what you did wrong, and you constantly question yourself, and you just end up fucking yourself up. And yes, I do this a lot. I do feel very lonely. I feel very depressed constantly. I feel shit. And I don't, I volunteer at my charity shop 4 days a week, 4 hours every day. And then Thursday comes along and that's my day to myself, which I do need to start doing something. Just look what happens. And then there's the weekend, which I'll either be at my mum's fiance's or with Liam. This weekend I'm at Liam, so that'll keep me busy. But everyone can sleep easy. Everyone can sleep, but I can't. And I don't think I am an insomniac. I think my depression just gets the best. Because it's just there, lingering. And then it chooses whatever moment it wants to pounce, and then it just attacks full force, and I'm like, boom, realization, epiphany, all that shit. So, in a way, it's made me a better person. I've matured a lot past year, not in the best way. Like, I haven't matured through the best means, but I've matured, and a really good understanding of people. And I am a really understanding guy, and I love helping people. I really do. But then there's the ideal that nobody wants to help me, but at the same time I push everyone away. But it's because I know that I'm too far gone to fix. People don't realise that. I am mentally ill. I always will be. I'm not someone who's suffering from depression part-time. I'm not triggered. It gets triggered more so, like it gets worse if I'm under stress or change, like recently and stuff. But it's always been there, and it always will be there. And I'm extremely sorry for how depressing this video is, but thank you for anyone who's watched it. It is really appreciated. Leave a like, comment, all that, subscribe, all that crap. No idea when the next video will be up, hopefully next week, but thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. Much love.